Hello. It is day 1493. I'm making this video for myself. I will upload it on YouTube and Salem will distribute it, but I haven't watched my old videos, but it's been a long time. It's been a long time since I made a video. 1493 days. I've lived through hell and back a few times. I don't know how to describe everything that I've been through. The world broke my heart so much that it's dead. They kidnapped and killed Tika, and then I had to kill Haywood. His back legs weren't working and he couldn't walk. He didn't want to eat anymore. I kept him alive way too long. I should have killed him sooner. If I would have known everything I know now, I would have never started this. I really don't like people, like hate them, you know? There's no way to explain the things that I've been through, and I really don't even want to remember them. It's just easier that way. I took my first shower today in over a year and a half. What is it? It's May 1st today. May 1st, 2024. No, 2025, excuse me. May 1st, 2025. Time flies when the world's trying to kill you, you know? I used to make these videos to try to connect with people, to, I don't know what I was trying to do, I guess, get them to see the truth. I guess I wanted to give them hope. The people don't really give me hope, you know? They've done everything in their power to hurt me and to kill my hope. I wouldn't do this again. If I could go back and redo it, I wouldn't do it again. The people don't deserve the things that I've done for them. And all they want is more, without ever helping me. My car is gonna break. They made it so it's overheating. I pay tons of money. Not only do they charge me for things they don't do, but they charge me too much to where they're not even willing to write me a real receipt. So I don't know. This might be like, I'm pretty much like, it's either I'm gonna get what I would like, or gonna get the life I deserve, or the world's gonna kill me. There's no real middle ground, you know? I've done a lot of things for their best interest without even thinking twice about it. And I'm glad, because somebody needed to show some kindness in the world, you know? Like, nobody is kind to anyone. Everybody is just manipulative and horrible. And I don't know what to think of all this, but I know it's really wrong, you know? I've never tried to do such amazing things for people, and then to have them try to kill me group by group by group, it's been fucking horrible. No group in the world said no to trying to kill me. Everybody was so excited to partake, so much they had that, you know, look on their face like they were having an orgasm while they were trying to kill me. So they enjoyed it. Not only did they sign up to kill me, but they fucking loved it. They fucking loved it. So that's good, because if I die, That's the only kind of like thing they're gonna have that's gonna bring them any kind of joy. I've written some programs for them to like fix their brainwashing, because brainwashing's in their subconscious brains. I've gotten so much smarter on this revolution. They were poisoning me so much in Arizona. I realized that my anxiety medicine was really just a way to kill the bacteria in my gut that makes me genius. So I was still real smart then, but nothing compared to Arizona. And Arizona doesn't even compare to how smart I am now. And it just makes life a little more painful. You know, it doesn't make anything better. It just makes everything more painful because I understand it more. And it's really neat how I'm able to create connections in my brain and do all those things, because I really haven't had anything else to do but rewire my brain and make more connections over the past 4 years. And so I am really smart in ways that I can't explain to everybody else because they're not smart. So that's unfortunate for all of us, you know? I am sad. My babies are dead. The loves of my life are dead. I should have killed them sooner. I'd never thought that this was going to go on for more than 4 years. I would not have done this if I would have known. You know, on this revolution, I had some time on my hands, like a lot of time. And I wanted to figure out how concentration camp survivors were able to like keep it together, you know, and move on. And I realized while I was like studying Viktor Frankl and, you know, just a lot of other things, logos therapy, I realized it's nothing I can do, you know? Like, I haven't been able to get over my life because I've been stuck in the concentration camp my whole life, and nobody's ever wanted to let me out. They've changed me locations to different concentration camps, but I've always lived in a concentration camp. And mixed Polish people, wherever I've gone, have always created a concentration camp around me. People in the Holocaust were able to move on and put their lives together because they got let out. Granted, you know, they got let out. I've never been let out, so that's why I have such a hard time dealing with this all. And anyone would, you know? I can use my logical brain and tell myself all these things to make it easier to deal with. But the emotions I have are very heavy and they're hard to carry around. And they just get worse and worse every day because I'm stuck in a concentration camp and the world is trying to kill me. Even Nelson Mandela wasn't a prisoner of war this long. I've been a prisoner of war for 44 years. I think Nelson Mandela got out after like 24. And it's made me a better person. But I wouldn't have had to live like this in order to be a good person. I would have been a good person no matter what. It's nice. I laid in bed today, like, because I got a hotel room, right? I hadn't done this since the first day of the revolution. Me and the kids got a hotel in Tucson. It was really nice. I mean, it was better than the one in Tucson. They poisoned us way more there. But I laid in bed today and just played on my phone. I turned on the TV, but I don't really like TV. I think maybe I would like Netflix or something. I'm not sure. Maybe not. I turned on the closed captions. It's nice to have it on, to have something. I don't know why. It's because it creates movement, right, in my head, and I like movement. I just want to go home, you know? I don't know where home is, and I don't know what that looks like in a physical capacity, but I have done my logic equations, and home equals your body and movement, because home is just a feeling, right? Or an emotion. It's an emotion or a feeling. It's a sense. You feel at home with your senses. So it's a visceral experience, right? And emotions are just energy in motion. And I thought about it, and it's like, I think that's why I used to travel so much, is because that's the one time I felt really at home. So energy in motion is emotion, but the feeling of home, it's your body in motion, because your body is your home. And I miss my body. They've poisoned me so much. It looks horrible. I can't even explain. Like, I had to cut off my hair because they were poisoning me so much, and it grows bacteria, and they wouldn't let me wash my hair, and they'd poison me a shit ton every time I'd even try to brush my hair. So I just got rid of it, and it's the most amazing feeling I've ever had. I don't think I'd, like, even if I get to live, and I don't think I ever want hair again. It's amazing because I can think better. They've been using my hair to poison me my whole life, and so this is really nice. It's just one less thing I have to worry about, because hair is a liability. It grows the bacteria. I'm sure they've figured out a way to get your hair to grow viruses too, so it's nice not to have hair. I don't really look like myself. I'm still getting used to it, but it feels better. Like, I never want to go back to having hair. It's a liability. People can kill you easier if you have hair. So a lot of things have changed. If they set me free and I get to live my life, I'll get to fix my body. As soon as they stop poisoning me, it'll get better immediately. There are times, like this morning, there was a lull in the poison, and I felt good, and it was weird. And then they started poisoning me again because a new group signed up to kill me, So 1,400, I think it was 39 days, right? I never thought it would last this long, and I still don't know if they're gonna set me free. The good news is I found a way to get even. I definitely found a way to get even. Turns out I took over my dad's privilege system, which I did years ago, but I didn't really realize that I'd done that. And so what I did was I took away privilege from all his privilege monsters here in the United States, which is a lot of money. My dad was giving out $2 to $3 billion of money every month. No wonder those people were monsters. He was literally paying them for monsters. He was paying them to be monsters. They were monsters for hire. So what I did is I took that money away and I gave it to not all of it, but for safekeeping, I gave it to the leaders of the world who've been helping me. Me and Salem, we created this group of the leaders of the world, like the farmers, the world leaders, the royal families, and they all put a small handful of people together, and those people hang out with me all day and help me stay alive and change the world. They're called Fred, like Drop Dead Fred from when I was little. So Fred, I gave that privilege to Fred to hang on to, and I let them hand out $1 billion a month. And but they're worldwide, they're not just here in America. So that's good. And then that'll allow them to take care of themselves should anything happen to me, because my family will retaliate. And so I needed to take care of them. There's the Ivan the Terrible story about how he packed up his court and moved out of Moscow because he needed absolute power in order to do what he needed to do for the people, to protect them. And the boyars, were just hellions. And so he packed up his court and all his things, and he moved out of Moscow. And he told the people they could just deal with the boyars on their own. And that's what I told Fred to do. Just leave the people to their own devices until they give you absolute power to fix this mess. I'm not saying absolute power over their lives, but absolute power and absolute cooperation in fixing this mess. There's no reason to swim upstream, especially because they've helped me stay alive. they've done the right thing scientifically. Like, right and wrong is not objective, it's literally scientific, you know? What's in the best interest of the most organisms on Earth is the right thing in this situation, because we're talking about an Earth problem, you know? If you're talking about yourself, it's the best interest of the most organisms in your body. So I took care of Fred because Fred has taken care of me as much as they can. It's weird to have so many imaginary friends, you know? I still have never had a real friend, and I doubt I ever will. And I don't desire interpersonal relationships, and now I realize why. It's because everybody has a personality disorder. So when you have an interpersonal relationship, it kicks in their personality disorder, and that's when they feel like it's okay to destroy you. So I'm glad I don't have that desire, and now I understand why. Is because when you go and you switch gears into an interpersonal relationship, that's when they start to destroy you, because that's when their personality disorder kicks in, because their lack of frontal lobe. So anyway, the economy is going to crash, because the American economy is going to crash, and all the other globalized industrial economies are going to follow, because they all rely on the American dollar. My dad's been keeping the stock market still, you know, a Truman Show. He keeps hyperinflating it, which I suppose he can do that no matter what, but eventually people are going to run out of money, you know? That's not going to stop people from losing their jobs or losing their homes. Just because the stock market is hyperinflated, it's not going to, it might keep interest rates high for sure. It'll make it harder to adjust the housing market, because that's the goal. We need to have a recession to adjust the housing market, because right now nobody can really afford to buy a home. And that's a way for my dad to keep people as slaves, you know? You work your whole life and you never have enough. That is the definition of a slave. And that is what he's done to everybody. So the only way we're going to be able to fix that is with a little bit of a recession, or a big bit of a recession. And I've warned the people, so if they do what they need to do, they should be fine, you know? Granted, you might have to do things you didn't want to do, but I've been doing things I didn't want to do my whole life, so I think they can do it a little bit. And if I die, nobody can fix it, you know? Nobody's going to listen to my dad. I don't know if Fred knows how to fix it. I'm not going to tell anybody how to fix the economy, because that's the one thing that could keep me alive, you know? If people want to kill me and they want to keep torturing me, then they deserve to have their jobs and their houses taken away. I'm under no obligation to make the world a better place. And that's what I've done my whole life. I've made a lot of decisions that have allowed people to maintain more freedom than my family ever wanted them to have. And I'm not going to apologize for that. I'm very happy I did what I did. But they're basically killing me because I did nice things for them. And then they're killing me because I'm trying to do more nice things for them. No good deed goes unpunished, right? So, if they kill me, at least the economies will crash. It's something, you know? My parents always said I had an overactive sense of revenge, when really I just have a sense of justice. I have a need for justice, and I've never gotten it. So, this is my way to get it, I suppose. I would much rather have people just, apologize and be nice. But they seem to be very incapable of that. So, I suppose, worst case scenario, I could take away their jobs and their houses. I mean, if they're going to take away my life, they've already taken everything from me. They killed my kids. Tortured them to death. Not just killed them, tortured them to death. I take that personally, I don't have a personality disorder, but I do take that personally, which means it goes straight to my heart. I gotta wrap this up because it's awful long. I don't know exactly what I wanted to say, what was the point of this. Everything is just as much up in the air as it ever was. It's day 1434, I think it is. It's been over 4 years. It is May 1st, 2025. I still don't know if I'm gonna get to live or die. I don't know if they're gonna finish torturing me to death. I don't know if they're ever gonna treat me fairly. I don't know if they're ever gonna stop poisoning me. I just don't know anything, really. And I don't really want anything. You know, it's gotten to the point where I just don't want to do this anymore. And that's real hard. That is really hard. So, day 1434. I'm still not free, and they're still trying to kill me for doing nice things for them. I'm still stuck in the concentration camp that's built by mixed Polish people. And I don't know if they're gonna let me out. I would have never done this if I would have known how horrible people were. And I know there has to be a lesson in this somehow for me, you know? I'm not sure what the lesson is. But hopefully I learn it. I don't know if they're gonna kill me. And that's the hardest part, you know? Trying to do nice things for people, and then they continue to try to kill you. It's pretty hurtful. So, it's just gotten worse. It's gotten a lot worse. That's all I got. Hopefully the next day, and the next time I make a video, it'll be better. Or I'll die soon. That would be nice too. Either way, the pain would stop, right? I'm okay with that. I'm okay with death. I've made my peace with death a long time ago. I just don't have much more fight left in me, you know? Everybody has a breaking point, and I'm past mine. I forget what I used to say to end these videos. I don't know. Hopefully the next one is better. And I hope I learned something from all of this. And I hope I'm making this video because if this does work out, this is what I was doing it. I made this video because if everything does work out and they do let me out of the concentration camp, I need to remember all of the things they've done to me because they will constantly want me to do nice things for them, and they will be brats and they will whine and scream and complain and say I'm not doing enough for them and I should do it quicker and all this stuff. So if you are future me and they did set you free, remember they tortured you to death for 44 years. You don't owe them anything. They almost killed you. You don't owe them anything. You're under no obligation to make the world a better place. You did it because you wanted to. You don't have to do anything for them ever again. Until they do nice things for you, you know? And honestly, they could spend their whole lives doing nice things for you. And you'd still never have to do anything back. So remember how much they tortured you. Don't be soft. Don't be soft and give in to their whining and their complaining. Because we all know they whine and complain a lot as they kill people. That was the point. Don't be soft. Remember what they did to you. And don't smooth it over. There's no smoothing it over. 44 years of being tortured to death. Don't smooth that over. Don't get over it. Remember that shit, you know? That's all I got to say. Thank you. Day 1434, I think it was.